Hope. It's a word many of us take for granted, but without it, it's hard to survive.
There was never any time I had someone say, hey, Peter, one day you'll be somebody. Or say, dream big.
Peter Mutabazi was born in Uganda.
Grew up in a family where we're so poor that we didn't have food every day. Actually, we had one meal and we couldn't choose what we eat. Either you had beans or potato. You couldn't have both.
At age 4, Peter noticed poverty wasn't his only obstacle.
So I had one side poverty, and then on the other side, really a mean and abusive dad. At the age of 10, I think I could not take the abuse anymore. So I decided to run away. I had one option, and that one option was to be a street kid. We were treated more like stray animals, no respect. We were treated, like garbage.
But as fate would have it, Peter met a family who saw his true heart.
I got to know them for about a year. They said, hey, Peter, if you had an opportunity to go to school, would you go to school? And I was like...
For the first time in his life, Peter experienced hope. The family took him in, sending him to school. He even earned a college degree.
The kindness of one that truly carried me through the worst situation to the best.
Fast forward to 2017, when Peter realized his true calling.
When I came to the United States, I decided that I wanted to be a foster dad. If I can give a glimpse of hope to someone else, I would love to. And if I can be a dad to those that have been forgotten, to those that I have, that truly nobody knows, that's the greatest thing I can do.
Several foster kids came and went through Peter's home. Then one Friday night, he received a call asking him to take in an 11-year-old boy named Anthony.
They needed just 2 nights for him. I wasn't ready to take in another child, so they asked just 2 nights. So I said, sure, absolutely. I'll give you 2 nights. And he walks in and he says, hey, can I call you my dad? I was like, no, you cannot call me dad, The following Monday, they came to pick him up, and that's when I got to know about his story.
Anthony had gone into foster care at age 2. At age 4, he was adopted. But at age 11, his adopted parents abandoned him, leaving him at a local hospital and never returning.
He had nowhere else to go, and his option was to go to group home. And I was like, no, I cannot let him go. And I was right there, knew that he will be my forever child. And that's how I got to adopt Anthony.
Then, in March of 2020, when the rest of the country was shutting down and staying home, Peter's phone rang again.
At first, I was worried, like, hey, we've got a 7-year-old. Would you mind taking him for a week? But I had to talk. I had to get permission from Anthony. I was like, hey, yes, he can come. Only if he does not touch my video game. I was like, okay, here we go. We can all play a part, I think being a foster parent, it's a calling. We can't all be foster parents, but we can all do one small thing, that is our opportunity to truly be there and say, you know what, you matter, you're somebody, and we can do it in different ways and say, hey, you be okay, you can make it.
Peter and Anthony, welcome to DVL. Your message of hope and love is ridiculously inspiring. Peter, you officially adopted Anthony last year, and I hear it was really emotional. I just want to know about that day.
Well, that day of adoption, it's hard to describe to a dad who'd been waiting all my life to be called a dad, but also I'd been waiting for to make it official. And Anthony, from the day he entered my house, he'd always wanted to be adopted. So the waiting had been so long. So by the time we had the date, I did not sleep for 2 days, just wondering, when is this gonna happen? And he'd been asking, Dad, when do I get adopted? And I didn't have what to tell him, but this time I had an answer. So it was really exciting.
That is amazing. Anthony, I heard you guys just adopted another family member, Simba. Talk to me, that's the most important thing. How's your puppy?
He's doing pretty good. He's really playful, so that's really nice. And he likes to go on walks and play around. And he's already learned a lot of cool traits, so that's really nice.
That's the best. I love dogs. Anthony, I know you started calling Peter Dad before you were adopted, but I just wanted to know in your own words why you wanted to do that. Why was that important to you, Anthony?
I guess that I just wanted somewhere that I could feel safe and somebody that I could trust.
Wow. That's the best way of saying it I've ever heard. Totally understandable. Peter, parenting is hard, and you're doing it as a single dad. First off, are you single? Because I'm going to try and set you up, because I want to. I know. I heard.
Yes.
Anthony, you don't want that. Is that right? You don't want your dad to get married. Is that right?
Come on. No, you get someone to cook food. Yeah.
You cook food. You already have food. I already know how to cook mac and cheese and ramen noodles and hot pockets.
You're good to go? So, are you single though, Peter?
Absolutely. In every way, shape, form. Yes, absolutely single.
All
yes.
right. I'm getting on this. Well, what
I'm brushing right now.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Well, I want to know what made you want to take on this incredibly challenging role. What was in you that wanted this?
So I grew up in Africa, and I had the worst childhood you could think of. As a street kid, someone rescued me. So, as I got older, and I also got resources and a home, that I wanted to do the same. So for me, it was more of, it is my responsibility. It is my opportunity to take part and change the life of another child within my community. And that's why I signed up. And I really wanted to make a change, at least for one. I could not take them all, but at least one.
At least one. Wow. Now you guys got me crying. What are you doing to me, Peter and Anthony? Stop it. I learned this in Swahili, Mungu akubariki, which means God bless you in Swahili. You are from Uganda. I just want to say thank you for everything you are doing. And Anthony, you seem like the coolest kid ever. To learn more about Peter and Anthony's unbelievably beautiful story, or to see how you can actually help other foster kids, visit nowiamknown.com. You can also follow Peter on Instagram at FosterDadFlipper. Peter and Anthony, this was one of my favorite interviews. Thanks for sharing your story.